City Council, and I want to welcome you all today. Before we start the official agenda, we have two important resolutions. So for the first one, I'll turn it over to Councilmember Cano to lead us in honoring today as the Day of Kindness and Compassion in the City of Minneapolis.
Good morning, everyone. Buenos dias. Thank you so much for being here. And so what we'll do here is the council members will share reading the resolution, and then after that we will share the mic with the community leaders so you can also address the community of Minneapolis and Minnesota and our country. This is declaring March 31st as Day of Kindness and Compassion. Whereas Minneapolis residents have a long history of demonstrating kindness on a daily basis in their homes, schools, places of faith, businesses, community organizations, and throughout their neighborhoods. Whereas kindness and compassion are traits that have the power to create a connected and welcoming city, and these traits can serve as the strong foundations of a city's social infrastructure to improve a family's opportunity, a neighborhood sense of community, the outcomes of a school, the strength of a city, nation, and the world. And whereas the City of Minneapolis is a welcoming city, dedicated to ensuring all of our residents feel welcome, safe, and able to fully participate in and contribute to our city's civic and economic life.
Whereas in 2017, the City of Minneapolis joined the Welcoming America network of welcoming cities and counties as a part of a global summit sponsored by the Strong Cities Network, which is a global community of mayors united by building social cohesion and community resilience. And whereas in 2017, the Minneapolis City Council passed a resolution affirming the city's values as a welcoming city to foster a welcoming environment for all individuals regardless of race, ethnicity, place of origin, gender identity, or religious affiliation. And whereas the City of Minneapolis proclaimed March 2nd, 2014 and June 24th, 2017 as His Holiness the Dalai Lama's Day of Peace and Compassion, promoting his vision and creating acts of kindness and compassion between all peoples and communities. And
whereas in 2014, His Holiness the Dalai Lama made the historic decision to celebrate the Tibetan New Year in Minneapolis, his first celebration outside of India since his exile from Tibet in 1959, in recognition of the city's commitment to kindness. And whereas March 31st, 2019 marks 60 years of exile from the country of Tibet for His Holiness the Dalai Lama, a spiritual leader who is revered, treasured, and loved throughout the world for his powerful teachings on nonviolence, tolerance, and forgiveness.
Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Mayor and the City Council do hereby declare March 31st, 2019 to be designated as Day of Kindness and Compassion in the City of Minneapolis. That the City of Minneapolis is committed to promoting kindness as a core value and fostering a culture of being kind to one another, and that the City of Minneapolis will continue to implement programs that encourage all employees and residents to embrace kindness and compassion.
Respected President and Council members and people gathered here, my name is Samson. I'm the Tibetan Board Secretary of the Tibetan American Foundation of Minnesota, and I would like to say a few words from our community on this occasion, and Council for passing this resolution. His Holiness the Dalai Lama said, "Kindness is the education of heart and has no expenses but major benefit. Studies show ability to self-regulate in early childhood predicts better results later in life with health, education, financial stability. Thanks to His Holiness the Dalai Lama's vision and challenge to educators, scientists, and world leaders, many U.S. preschoolers are introducing kindness curriculum in their schools. Kindness curriculum, created by Center for Healthy Minds at the University of Wisconsin, applied to preschoolers in Metropolitan School District, is reported as showing signs of caring, patience among children even in few months. His Holiness the Dalai Lama said, to involve the whole of the community, we need an ethical approach with universal appeal, a secular ethics that nurtures such basic human values as empathy, tolerance, forgiveness, and love. After more than 2 decades of collaboration, work by Dalai Lama and Emory University based on Dalai Lama's vision of secular ethics, CEE, Social Emotional Ethical Learning Program, is being officially launched in India during the conference of thousands of educators and policy leaders, psychologists from more than 30 different nations. As city policy leaders who are core of change, Tibetan community request your support in the introduction of such curriculum in the city of Minneapolis. Act of kindness does not have to be big, and we can start with small acts of kindness among leaders, office, and during community involvements with no need for extra funding. Our community here in Minnesota look forward to building such collaboration work, and I feel this is the start of such collaboration with the city recognizing March 31st as Day of Kindness and Compassion. Many of you might wonder why March 31st. March 31st for Tibetan people and His Holiness Dalai Lama is a day very difficult and a sad day. The day His Holiness Dalai Lama reached India in exile after Chinese occupation of Tibet. But on a positive note, as His Holiness has always showed us, on this day, world gained a leader, a great leader, a leader unlike any other, who not only has a vision, but also leads with kindness and compassion. I, on behalf of Tibetan American Foundation Minnesota and Tibetan community, with immense gratitude, would like to thank City Council of Minneapolis, President Bender, and Graham and Suzanne for making this possible. I especially would like to thank Councilmember Orlando Cano and Andrew Johnson for sponsoring this resolution. We look forward to many collaboration work with the city in carrying forward such acts of kindness and compassion and carrying forward His Holiness the Dalai Lama's vision of peace and harmony. Thank you. I apologize if I left out anyone. Thank you so much.
Good morning. My name is Jigme and I'm here on behalf of the Tibetan community in Minnesota. First of all, thank you all for being here. Thank you to the council. Minneapolis Council, whenever you do move resolutions like that, it creates a benchmark for cities and governments across the world. And today, when you move this resolution, you're actually creating something that's extremely historic. We know 31st was the day, March 31st, 60 years ago, when His Holiness the Dalai Lama actually came into exile. Leading up to it, it had been 10 years since the Chinese had occupied Tibet, but on March 10th, 1959, the people in Tibet, the community, the locals in Tibet heard that there was a plot to assassinate His Holiness. So people came out on the streets, hundreds of thousands, to shield him and protect him. And what ensued after that was one of the bloodiest massacres. For days, the capital city of Lhasa, hundreds and thousands of people were killed. Men, women, children, any and all. And on March 17th, His Holiness, dressed up as a soldier, took a very risky and arduous trek through the Himalayas. And it was only on the 31st he reached India. What came out of that is about 100,000 Tibetans left Tibet following His Holiness into a foreign land when they did not speak the language, they did not know the culture, and all they came was with the skin on their back and with the hope of His Holiness and with the hope that the world will embrace these refugees coming in with absolutely zero knowledge. So as we sit here 60 years later, there's a sense of pride. As refugees, we have a leader who who is a Nobel Peace Laureate, who's won the Templeton Award, which makes him the only surviving being on this planet who's won a Nobel Peace Prize and a Templeton. And of course, he's won the Congressional Gold Medal too. And his vision and his teachings followed across the world. And the Tibetans have become one of the best settled refugees in the world. In exile, we have a Tibetan government. In exile, a full functioning parliamentary democracy. And actually, they are in the last day of session today in India. We have representatives of the Dalai Lama across the world. We have Tibetan schools in all parts, including here in Minnesota. Because for us, it's about upholding our identity, our culture, which is being destroyed every day as we speak. Our language. So under the grace of His Holiness and His vision, we have been able to protect that. In diaspora, we are only 150,000. That's all, the Tibetans in diaspora, in exile. So when a day like this happens, it marks for our community in a level that is unfathomable. It's so big. And for the Tibetans, 6 million Tibetans in Tibet who are suffering every day under a brutal regime, it gives them hope that one day they might be able to be reunited with His Holiness the Dalai Lama. So really, on behalf of the community, thank the city, all the council members for making this happen. It is a very important day for us, and hopefully we continue doing this and lead the way for the whole world to follow Minneapolis. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And as I said earlier in the celebration, this resolution is a way of celebrating the kindness and compassion and the message of the Dalai Lama, which you will hear in our vision and mission for the city of Minneapolis, which we are about to adopt later in this meeting. But it is also our way as a city of standing up against the oppression of the Tibetan people and in solidarity with all those who are oppressed around the world. So thank you for your leadership and in our community. It is treasured, and thank you for coming today.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Philippe Cunningham. I am also a council member. I just wanted to briefly say that I think it was either 2017 or last year that I saw an article that said that the Chinese government raised their eyebrows at Minneapolis passing a resolution in support of the Tibetan people. And with all due respect, I say good, because that means that they know that we in America are watching and that we stand in solidarity with the Tibetan people and stand in solidarity until the Tibetan people are able to return to their homeland. So just wanted to make sure that we named that we here in Minneapolis and beyond stand in solidarity with the Tibetans until you all are able to return to your homeland.
아니 제가 내 콘sul로 요나. Yeah. No, it's putting scarves on. Oh, okay.
Okay, thank you so much. We have one more resolution this morning, and Councilmember Rice will be coming down to join me as we transition. All right, thank you so much. So our second resolution this morning is recognizing Bookend City Day, and I will turn it over to Councilmember Wright for this resolution.